Israel. It's Israelite School, universal practical knowledge, practical knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command Junior Hanna. 1 West 125th Street, 1969 is where we come from. That's where we started. Um, Today we're going to do some hardcore words in the Hebrew. When I say hardcore, I'm talking about words like, sword, kill, uh, black, guard, cut, those type of words. You understand? Words that are very strong. That's what we're going to go over today. Get your notes, your pens and notepads out. Today is going to be a basically a vocab day, which is basically just going over different words. All right, going over a bunch of words, learning new words today. Okay, so when you see these words, you will know that. We're gonna start with the first word. Hey, Shalom, Gadal, Yalla.
Sorry, Christ.
First word is shamar. Shamar. That word means to watch or to guard. To guard. To watch or to guard. All right. Shamar. Spelled in the ancient and the Assyrian. Let's make them small so we can try to fit a lot of words on one string. Shamar, watch, or guard. Watch, guard. You spell that in Hebrew. Sha. Oh, shit. That's all wrong. Backwards. That's right. Sha. Ma. Ra. Shamar. 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 Watch. And guard. Sha. Ma. Ra. Shamar. Alright, did you see that? It's got the English, the ancient Hebrew, and the Assyrian Hebrew. Alright. Shamar means watch or guard. Okay? Guard duty. You know what I mean? So I like to got the lawnmower going. It's a good thing. Finish cutting that grass. Alright, next word is sword, which is karab. 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 Sword. Karab. Sword. That's your long warrior. How's it looking out there, man? It's looking pretty bad.
You got started.
How you got started? What was the problem with it?
I think the car became bad.
Right. Today we're going over hardcore words. You know, maybe some strong words like kill in Hebrew. So far, we're going over shamar, which is guard. Now we're going over sword. Sword. So in the ancient, in the Assyrian, Ka, Ra, and the Ba. Farad. Farad. A lot of times you see brothers with that name, or that inner name. Karab this, Karab that. You hear that? It means sword. You know what I mean? You'll see that in a lot of different brothers' names. Next is the word Arab. Arab. Now, there's lots of ways to say this word. This is one way to say kill. Kill. Alright? Kill. It's Arab. There's another way to say it, which is Nakah. But Arab, kill. Let me go with that one. Arab. So, ha. Ancient ha. There you go. Ha. And Arab. And a dot. Arab.
Smart.
Yeah.
On the right is the Assyrian.
Yeah, this is the Assyrian.
Um,
But you gotta remember it reads from right to left. Yeah. So this is Ka, Ra, Ba. Alright. Next is. Make sure you lock it up if somebody coming in now. Ra. Assyrian is. Ra. Ra. Da. Ra. Ra. It's kill. Kill. That's the next word. This word. Kahan. Kahan. What does Kahan mean?
I heard the name. It's a book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I seen the name.
It's a Captain Kahan Kamiyah.
Okay.
What do you think it means? You know? If you don't know this, but it means priest. Kahan is how you say priest in Hebrew. Kahan. Ka. Aha. And now. Kahan. You know what these mean, right? These connectors, the bottom,
Long
like these little smiley faces and stuff.
connectors, right?
Yeah, the connectors. You know what they mean, right?
But like they like combine and
Yeah.
remove a right letter something.
Yeah. So basically, this letter is a ka, a ha, and a na. The reason it's not kahana, is because it's connector. This means this ha is connected with this na, so it makes the sound han instead of hana.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what the connectors are for. They don't have connectors in Assyrian, so you gotta kind of put two and two together in Assyrian. Ka, ha, and priest. Priest. Let's see another word.
Can I get a quick question?
Yeah.
What does onion mean?
Anya means I. That's what they say I. So for example, you got a general Anya Shawamar. It's a general.
Allah.
Yeah. It's Awa. Okay. Now Anya is I, but it depends how it is. Sometimes it's in the past tense, it's in the future tense. That's this part. So this word, the real word of this is shamar, which means watch. But since it's got that wa in there, shawamar, that means watched in the past tense. Let me check that. Yeah, that's how you change it from a future tense to a past tense word. Watching. So from shamar, if you want to say shamar means watch, like you're watching now. If you want to say you're watching, which is future tense, I'm going to be watching, then you put shawamar, which means watching. Watching.
So I'm watching.
Uh-huh. I'm watching. I'm watching. It basically makes it future tense, like it's in the future.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So that's about. So his name means I'm watching, or yeah, I'm watching.
Thor.
Yeah. But yeah, Anya means I. All right. Let's get to the next word. Karath. Karathia. We're gonna get Karathia. Karath. Yeah. Alright. Karath means cut. Karathia means execution. 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 So if you were to just say Karath, that means cut. But Karathia is execution. It means you cutting for justice or cutting like in a death sentence. Execution. So I said Karath is Ka, Ra, Da, Ya. Karathia. Ka, Ra, Ya. Karathia. Take this thing off to here so that you can see it better. Execution. Karathia. So how do you say it in ancient Syrian? Ka, Ra, Ka, Ya. Karathia. Constitution. That's the next word. Shammai.
I know what that word means.
What does it mean?
Be quiet.
Yeah. It means listen, actually. Shammai
Okay.
means listen.
Got that.
Shaquat means be quiet.
Oh, squat. Okay. They kind of like favor.
Yeah, they're together. You would say Shema or Shaquat. Listen and be quiet. You say it together. So you may hear the general say it together. So Shema, I. Shema. Here's answer. Shema, I. Shema. Okay. So that's the word. Let's get Mamzer. You know what that means?
That's a Moabite.
No, close. It is a Moabite, but not. That's not what it means.
Bastard.
Yeah, that's what it means. Mamzer. It was best. It means father. Someone with no father.
It's like I got the capital desire.
Oh yeah, don't sound encouraged. Mamzer. So it's ma. Mamzer. Right. Mamzer. Mamzer. Ma. Let's see. Mamzer. Okay. So let's get that one. Tzayawan. You know what that means?
I heard that one. It's like strong,
Yeah.
strong something, right?
Close. It do represent something strong. Tzayawan means Zion, which is the name of our government.
Slovakia. You know what? Because the Zak Yawan in there.
Tzah.
Because that's earth. To Zak, to land. What is it?
Aratazah.
Aratazah. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah, that's earth. And Tzaria means strong tower, some shit like that. Strong castle or defending castle, tower, shit, something like that.
Stronghold.
Yeah. Tzaria. Yeah. Zion means Zion, which is the name of our government. Like the white man's government, what Capitol Hill, or democracy and this and that. Ours is called Zion. Cool. Za, Ya, Wan, W, Wa, No. Zion. That's how you say that. It's Zion, which means Zion. Right, Zion. Next is quad. Quad. A quad. Quad means command. Uh, quad. The quad. The quad means the command. Uh, quad. Quad. The quad. I was looking up there. And the part of Mm.
Balls out.
Yeah, it was kind of loose. You know what I mean? So it finally snapped. Huh? Okay, sorry. No, it's in the basement, so you good. All right. So we got some other words. Quad, which means command. All right. Quad. Let's get this last one in here. Ma, qua, ba. A makuba. You know what that means? Yeah, it means the hammer. Yeah.
Okay.
Hammer. My brother, man, the hammer.
That's right.
Hammer. A makuba. Man, uh, ah, ma, qua, ba, ma, qua, ba. Makuba. Hammer.
It's like how long?
Go ahead.
Keep it
Ma.
show me what's my name?
Come. Ma, qua. Yeah, I can do that. It's not sweet. Ma, ba, makuba. Alright? Okay. Hammer. Surprised you don't already not as many Hebrew classes you been in. Let's get the name in here. Alright, so we got those hardcore words out the way. Big words, like I said, Zion, command, kill, executioner, Makuba, Zion, Mount Zion, that's what we call it.
Is it Tazawar?
Tazawan,
Tazawa, okay. Tazaban,
Zion, actually.
Tazawa, okay.
So I say Zion in the Hebrew. Alright, so now let's get your name in here. Bar, Saw, Bar, okay, let's break down his name. So Marzal Malak means, what does it mean again?
Master of Iron or Iron Master.
Or king.
Or king.
Mine also means king. So we say master of iron. Alright. And to spell it, you know how to spell it already? Oh, okay, I'm good. Let's get it in there. Alright. So we'll start from this way over. So I start over here with a ba, ra, bar, this is bar, then the za, bar, za, and then a la, bar, za. This is connected to zal, bar, zal. Then malak, ma, la, and ka. And then this is ma by itself. This is connected. La and ka means lock. Ma, lock, which is the king.
Cool. Okay.
And then if we're doing Syrian, you know, we want to know you're Syrian too. You might see it somewhere. Ra, za, la, barzal, then ma, la, ka is up here, now we're down here. Barzal, malak. Now this is just looking at a bunch of squigglies, you know, you got, you know what I'm saying, once you get deep, once you get into it, you know what I mean, start really getting into the Syrian, you can start deciphering it and reading it. But you gotta really get into it, you know what I mean, start really learning it, studying it. So this is how you say it, Barzal Malak. So I'm gonna give you a chance to go ahead and write it.
Really?
Yeah, get you a shot, see what you got. Yeah, see what you got.
I got the video.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on.
these are connected. These two connected.
Malak. Mm-hmm.
Cheating now. I was looking at that cut.
Yeah, you can use that for sure.
I ain't want to.
There you go. Damn, you writing artistic and shit. It's all Malak. All right, what about the Syrian? Get that shot.
We. So Okay. I'm gonna get to it. So wait a minute. I'm looking at this here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Which it's stuff on this homeowner phone.
The Ra,
The rock.
bar, or the Ara. That's at the end, the last, towards the end of the alphabet.
So it'll be like 7.
Yeah. Yep.
And a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. Is that right?
Zomala. There you go. Yep. That's it right there. Damn right. Yeah, so you want to remember that right there. That'd be basically your signature. Like you say, you write your name. You know.
What? Okay.
Oh, yeah, nah, so you gonna do right, you get it right. Now there's an app somehow on the phones or something on the phone where you can write Hebrew in the phone. I don't know if you ever seen it. Brothers have their whole Hebrew name spelled out in Hebrew on the phone, like on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, but it's a way. Alright, so let's get some other hardcore words.
So you have to spell it right to left. You know, spell.
Well, it'll do it for you, I think.
For you.
Yeah, I don't know though, to be honest. I don't know how that app works. Let's get the next word. Okay. Let's get Malatazak. Malatazak. Malatazak, which means courage. No, it means conquer. Excuse me. It's conquer. That's what I got. Conquer. That's it. Conquer. So Malatazak is a conquer. Malatazak. A conquer. So how you spell head is ma, na, tza, and the ka. Ma, tza. Ma, na, tza.
Oh, like I forgot to put them, that means it's
The
by
connectors.
itself. The
Connectors. That's what they call connectors.
the short ones like niggas too.
Yeah, all of them are connectors. So basically, this is connected to itself.
Okay,
So I used to put that in Syrian. It's ma, this is Next is Thala Quran. Thala Quran. Which means correction.
like
Okay.
it's amazing how like I didn't know that like Arabs say "ak." I know, but they like
Yeah.
how language is kind of
Similar.
similar.
Yeah. Like when the Muslims be saying Shalaikum Shalom, they saying Shalom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's up? What do they say? Shalom Alaikum. Shalaikum Shalom. They're
Some,
saying they basically saying Shalom.
I don't know whatever it is.
Yeah, they saying Shalom.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? He said the Lakers gonna win. Damn, I heard that. The Lakers gonna win. But yeah, so it's definitely similar, same region. You know what I mean? Kind of like Spanish and Portuguese. You know, they're from the same region. They're very similar.
yeah, almost like Latin and Spanish almost kind of.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Okay.
So here's Tha La Quran. Tha.
So like you almost say Spanish is bastard as like Latin, like the Yiddish is bastard as Hebrew.
Well,
In a sense, kind of.
similar. The only problem with the Yiddish is in Hebrew first. The Yiddish is German first, then Hebrew on top of German. If you Google it, Yiddish is a Germanic. Its root is German. Then you add the Hebrew on top of that to make it. So it ain't the root. Yiddish. The root of Yiddish isn't even Hebrew. The root of Yiddish is German. You know what I mean? Yeah. They actually they actually got a tape on YouTube. If a person who speaks Yiddish can understand a person who speaks German, and they had a Yiddish person who only speaks Yiddish and a person who only speaks German, and they were able to kind of communicate. You know what I'm saying? That's how similar it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. You ain't never hear him say shit like this. You know what I mean? Because it's not even close. You know what I'm saying? Arab would probably be more close to Hebrew than, well, it will be more close to Hebrew than Yiddish. You know what I mean? They kind of talk like this, like this and that. You know what I'm saying? Which is closer to this, it's closer to this than fucking German. Excuse my language. Yeah, German is far from this. Yiddish is far from this. Yiddish is German first, then put some of this in the German.
Some of the Syrian. Oh no, wait.
No, just some of ancient Hebrew into
Okay.
into the German. You know what I'm saying?
So like when we spell out the sound of what those characters mean, like you put mon.
Yeah. So
Except it's
for
German.
example, they'll have these characters, but it's spelled. It's the sound of each character is German. It started from this German sound. You know what I mean? But they mix it into Hebrew with the German sound. to make it a unique sound, which is its own, which is Yiddish. You know what I mean? But the actual, instead of, it's not, their root isn't Abba, Gada, their root is closer to German, which is, Eitz, Zeitz, Weitz, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why when you hear them talk, they have sounds. Shai, Bar Mitzvah, Shah, Zah, Zah, all that. Yeah, that's German, you know what I mean? That's the, yeah, that's the Z Deutsch. There you go. That Z, a lot of that Z's in it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because there's no Z's. There's no E sound in Hebrew. It's only an I sound. So there is no E sound in this language. So you'll never hear a Z or zeet zeets. They call them little strings. They call them zeet zeets. But you won't have an E sound in Hebrew. All of it is I's. You know, there ain't no E up there. It's ah, la, 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 some, ah. No Z's, 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 you know what I mean? You ain't gonna have that sound. That's a German sound. That ain't even a Hebrew sound. But a lot of their language have that sound. Bar mitzvah, you know what I mean? What's that little food they eat? Matzah balls. Matzah balls, you know what I mean? So, people food, when they think of that, they think that's actual Hebrew. Alright? So where we at? The Quran. Even Quran sounds like what? The Quran.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Quran. And probably has something similar because Quran, Ta'ala Quran, it means correction. So probably the Quran has probably something to do with guidance or you know what I mean? So like, teaching or discipline or some shit like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that what Quran means. You know what I mean? Knowing what this means. Ta'ala Quran. Alright, next is Amatazah. Amatazah. Which means courage. Courage. Yep, okay. So next this is another big word, Ayavia. Which means enemies. Enemies. Ayavia. Enemies. Enemies. Alright, don't see those. Next one is Arar. Arar, which means curse. Arar. So a lot of words, just like in English, you wouldn't say Arar, you would say Arar. The last R more than likely will be silent. But there's just how certain words is. Sometimes the letters are silent. Ra. 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 Means curse. Curse. Around it. Around it. Anything dealing with rye. Rye means evil. So rye means evil. Evil. So you may see a lot of words with that with a lot of rhymes in it or R sounds. Means evil. Rye. Rye. Evil. Rye. Yeah. Alright. So some other good words. Go ahead.
That one with like 7, that's the rock sound, right?
Right.
And the I.
That Y is the I sound.
So what would make it this
Yeah,
what would make it this
that is a different letter. That's a that's a wait, that's a sa. That's how you say sa. Yeah.
okay.
It's sa. At the top, sa. This is I. It's lined up. Oh, the second row is if this word is at the end of the letter, then it's end of the word is written differently. Right? So, for example, this is na. Right? A na looks like a 3. But if the na is the last, like over here, like a rhyme, since this is the last letter, it looks like a long 7. It looks like that, not more like a humped 7. Looks more like a humped 7. Because it's at the end. But if this was up here in the first letter, it would look like a 3. That's what that last row is for. Or the last row, second row. Now I got another one for you. Anya. Only thing is, this anya means affliction. It just depends on the context of the word, like how you saying it in your sentence, so people know what you're saying. You can be saying I, or if you're saying affliction. Same like in English, you might say, "Oh, my kicks." Depending on what you're talking about. If you're talking about martial arts, you're talking about some karate kicks or something, or some fighting kicks. But if you're talking about shoes, and you say kicks, people know what you're talking about. You're talking about the shoes, not the fight. Yeah.
Or you could be talking about money or block.
Or kicking it, like yeah, we was kicking it. That ain't got nothing to do with shoes or fighting. That's relaxing. So that's three meanings for one word, depending how you use it. So that's how a lot of Hebrew words are. So a lot of Hebrew words do have, double or triple, quadruple meanings. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on how you use it in a sentence, or how you trying to use it. All right. So let's get another good word. We got a lot of good words here. Let's get Taza war. Taza war, which means defense, defense. It's defense. Taza war. Taza war. You trying to take pictures of?
I always defense right now.
Taza.
It's better to have a steal shot.
Right. Well,
See, like when you scored down the name, I should have had steal shots. No, I ain't want to look at it though.
yeah, Taza war. Let's get one more. Oh. Wrong thing. So, let's get what you trying to do?
I had it on video still, and I hit the circle. You know, I had to switch it back and forth, and I got to zoom back in and keep trying to zoom in and see old face and shit.
With these words, you're right now. With these words,
Boy.
all right. Okay. Like I said at the beginning of class, today is vocab day. Just get some vocabulary in. All right. Let's break it down. Let's break down heaven. All right. How do you say heaven in the Hebrew? Have you ever heard how to say heaven in the Hebrew?
I'm sure I have, just I didn't know it. Man. It's closer to Zion.
Let me double check. I think I got it. I think I got it in that one. It's heaven shit. Life is like a water shit. Shamayim. I think it's Shamayim. I'm gonna skip heaven for today because I can't remember the correct way to say it. I don't got it written down there. Shamayim. Either way, the breakdown of heaven means life is like water. That's what the word heaven means. It means life is like water. It means life is easy. It's not hard. It's not, difficult. It's like water. It's smooth. It's easy. That's what the word heaven means. Most people think heaven means, you can be in the sky and stuff like that flying around. But the actual Hebrew word for heaven means life is like water. It means life is easy. You know what I mean? That's heaven. Okay? Like the white man, he could be having breakfast in Paris and then having dinner in Spain. That's heaven. You know what I mean? He can have basically anything he wants. And, money's not an issue, money's not a problem. You know, one place and you don't go to stores and people look at him funny and be like, why you in this store? You know what I'm saying? What you trying to buy? You stealing? You know what I mean? He go anywhere he want, you know, and everybody's nice to him and all this and that. Life is like water. So
That's just like Oprah with her building. She took her ass to that boutique, and they was like, "Yeah, you know that nigga."
yeah, you can't, you know what I mean? Can I help? That's how, you know,
Yeah.
can I help you?
Yeah,
Like,
like
you know what I'm
you
saying?
can't buy all the boutiques in your country. You know what I'm saying? It just lets you know that shit, you a nigga. And
Right.
no matter what kind of money you got, so like.
Yep, for sure. So that's but heaven means the opposite of that. Heaven means like water. It means it's easy. Alright. So let's get another good one. Like this here. Alright. Let's get that's how you say it. Shamayam. 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 Okay. So let's write it back down. Yeah, I did have it. It's Shamayam. Shamayam. Alright? Which means life is like water. That's what it means. Alright? Heaven. It means life is like water. Alright? Let's see. Alright. Oh, go ahead.
It's like
Let me break it down real quick. So, Sha and Mayan. Mayan is water, and Sha means like. Sha means like. So basically, heaven means like water.
you know, split it up.
Oh, Hebrew? Come have you write that in Hebrew.
Oh, wow.
Have you write that in Hebrew?
Oh, man.
You got it? Shall we? Get you out there.
These are two words.
I'll show you about that later. Basically, those it's really a root word and a prefix. I'll show you about the prefixes next.
So, it, oh, is that look right?
Sha. Uh, uh, that no, you don't need an I after that. It's just Sha.
Oh,
I'm in the Hebrew class. Khan, I think I was just looking at it. You said I didn't get a chance to read it yet. I was about to read it. Okay, come. Oh, no Christ. Come. In the box. Shemayim. Yep, that's right. That's right. All right, now get in this Syria. Be serious.
Oh,
Come. Life is like water. And as you know, in this kingdom, life is nothing like water. Life is like hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stress. That's what life is like here.
hard flex.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta keep remember that.
Shemayim. No, that's not an I. That's a sub.
Oh,
An I is like a Y.
oh yeah. See, okay. You know, ancient. Yeah.
There you go. Sign first. You know what I'm saying? Life is like a breeze. You know what I'm saying? Life is like a breeze. That's how we gotta get it to. That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to heaven. We're trying to get to Shemaiah. We're trying to get to heaven. Shemaiah.
Oh, slack it. I ain't
Oh, you want to take a picture of it?
slack. Let me see if I did.
Nah, see. We have, yeah.
Do it on
Alright,
I did.
press. What we do, got hold on. Make sure you're not there.
Nah, you're kidding.
It's alright.
I remember.
Alright. Okay. Now we're gonna go into what how Hebrew is, or the basics of Hebrew. Okay. We got what's called a prefix, and it's called a suffix. Okay. Prefix means it goes before the word. Alright, so let's see. Put this back. means the. Ya means he. Da means do. Wa means and. Ra means to. Ma means of or from. Sha means which, pertaining, pertaining to, or whom. Okay. Means I or am. Okay. So these are the prefixes. Let's go break down the suffixes. Suffix is the ka, means your. La means he, his, or it. Ha means her. Ya means my. Nawa means our. Yeah. And come, come means y'all. Come is masculine. Come is feminine. So that means y'all female, y'all males. Ma means there. Oh, this is not. This is masculine. This is feminine.
So,
Okay.
it's like,
Good. Yeah.
on the come, so what, like, can you give me an example of that when you use in a word, like, for, like, saying, like, because that wouldn't be like, I would just, like, we say, Akim.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a Y. So we'll double check on that, if that's supposed to be a Y or not. Yeah. Y'all. Let's hold on for now. I think this one should be a Y. I think I got the notes written down wrong. Because yeah, when you do Akium and Akium, Akwakian, which means y'all all the females, or you all females, Akwakian, and then you say Ak or Akia, and that means you're all male. I think I had written that down. All right, but let's get into what the prefix is. All right. So you have your. You have your root word goes in between. All right. So let's say your root word is shalom.
That's good. That's good.
Shalom. So that's your root word. Now, if you want to say our piece, how would you say it? Our piece.
Now,
Suffix means you go at the end, so basically you just say shalom now.
Shalom now.
That's how you say, that becomes one word. It becomes one word, which means our peace. So one word, our peace. Our peace. Now, if you want to say your peace, how would you say it?
Shalom cut.
Yeah, shalom cut.
This Hebrew be easier.
Shalom cut, which means your peace. All right. So let's use another word. Let's say the root word is bond, which means sun. Which means sun. Bond means sun. So if I want to say and our son, how would I say that? How do you say and our son? Talk to your girl. When you say and, you want to talk about just and our son.
Now.
Nope.
Now, yeah.
Nope. Close though.
And
Prefix means it's in the front.
and house. Okay, and house. So
What how you say is Wabanawa.
now
Wabanawa. Wabanawa and our son. And our son. So if you see this word Wabanawa, you may think it means, oh, it's a one big old word. No, it's actually a root word is bond, wa is a prefix, and now is a suffix. So it's letting you know this word right here means and our son. If you see a word and there's a wa in front of it, like when we do our prayers, we say wa akwatium, wa akim. I think it's in one of the prayers. It means and the brothers. So whenever you see wa something, it means and something.
yeah, general.
Well, they say awapan ya. Something like that. That won't be. But when you see wa, all right. So let's get another one.
It's like the prayer that be like bless, like the angels, we talk Michael, Michael.
Yeah.
Wow.
I left the praise in the
And say wow, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wa saranium, which is and the captains and the officers. Wa kwatazayetnium. Wa kayayolium, that means and the troopers. Wa akwathium, which means and the sisters. So that's how that works. Okay. Let's get another word. Prefix ba. All right. So let's say you're saying the root word is sham, which means name. All right. What does Bahasham mean? Bahasham Yahushai.
in the name.
Ba, ha, those are two prefixes. Sham, that's the root word. Bahasham. So what is it saying?
In the name.
Right, in the name. Bahashem Yahushai. Now in Hebrew, it don't have a lot of the like the filler words, like if you would say in the name of Yahushai. You would say that in English. But in Hebrew, it's in the name Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? Like over here it says, in English, only officers on the podium. In Hebrew, it would say only officers podium. It just means only officers podium. It wouldn't say, it wouldn't have on and the. That's how Hebrew is. It's like how the native Indians used to talk. They say, well, white man speak forked tongue. Or, journey take 3 days. Or river bend. And, walk river bend. You know what I mean? It's skipping, don't have all the fillers. That's how Hebrew is.
Like Spanish is kind of like that too. Spanish is kind of like that.
Yeah. But they got the lie and stuff like that, so they got more fillers than Hebrew. Hebrew has hardly none. So you'll see words in like if you was reading the Bible in Hebrew, shit, it's skipping all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? it's saying it's like Hebrew. It says Bahashem Yahushai. It's literally saying in the name Jesus, in the name Yahushai, or in the Hebrew. It skips a lot of fillers. So it's really, you got to fill it in by context. You know what I mean? You would read some Hebrew. How much time we got left? Man, ain't got enough time really to pull up, so I'm about to get ready to close it out. But yeah, so this is how it works. So let's do a couple more. You already took it?
For some reason I can't zoom in too much, but I guess it's space. Just want to make sure. Got it.
Alright. Let's get one more word. Par, which means fruit. Alright. I'll give you a few words on here. Par. So I'll give you a few words and how you learn that. Par. Use some testing. Par means fruit. Man means son. Kahan means priest. Abba means father. Bagad means garment. God. Sai means travel. Nasai. Mawaf means death.
Mawaf means death.
Not Mawat. Mawat is a brother named Mawat. Mawaf is different than Mawat. Sakar means remember.
I've seen that name before.
Captain Sakar. Means no. Means yes. Alright, so we got these words. Now, let me give you the marker. I'm going to take your picture.
You look it up.
Give you some sentences and see if you can break them down.
It's like it changed.
All right. How do you say my son is a priest? My son is a priest.
So it's like can a suffix be a prefix at times?
No, you just put it at the end of the word. Suffix. All the suffixes go at the end of the word to end of a root word to make the root word say something more. Yeah, just give it a shot. Give it a shot. What you think?
So it should be like confused with see it's my and should I be writing it like
It should say. What do you? What are you trying to ask?
because this Yah here.
Yah means my. If you put Yah at the end of a word, it means my, whatever the root word is. Let's do it piece by piece. Just do the first word first. It's pretty close. It's pretty good. It's not all the way right, but it's a good try. So basically, you want to write it like this.
Small.
Yeah. Banya, that means my son. Banya. That's one word now. Ban is the root word, Ya is the suffix. Banya, and then you want to say is a priest. There is no is, and there is no a in Hebrew. So you got to say it another way. What's another way you can say it using these? As you can say, my son is like a priest. That's it. That's what you said. Banya kahan. Then we would be saying my son is like a priest. What's another way to say my son is a priest? That's kind of saying, but that's saying the son is like a priest. What's another try? That's another way. Because there is no is and there is no the or a. It is a priest. This one right here, the. My son, the priest. So that's another way to say it. Kahan. Manya Takahan. My son, the priest. Yeah, that's another way to say it too. Which pertaining to, so you're basically saying, if you would say Shah, Manya Shakahan, you'd be saying, my son is with the priest, or is like the priest, is pertaining to priesthood. You changing the whole, you saying priesthood now. Is, my son is pertaining to or with the priesthood. You know what I'm saying? What is pertaining to? Priesthood. Priest. Or what is pertaining to priest. You know what I mean? So in the Hebrew, it don't translate directly as English. Like it's like word for word, line for
Yeah.
line. It don't match.
That's what
You know what I'm saying?
throw me off because I see I was trying to.
Mhm. Yeah, it's in English. You would say my son, so it would be in front.
Right,
But
right.
in Hebrew,
that's,
it's at the back.
yeah,
Mine,
threw me off.
So that's how you say that. You know what I mean? And like I said, there is no way to say is a priest. You gotta figure out another way to say that. So you would say, now sometimes you would say, my son priest. Banya Kahan, my son priest. Now the way you're saying it is how the person is gonna hear what you're saying. So if you saying my son priest, you know what I mean, they'll catch on. You're saying your son priest.
Yeah.
Basically they'll catch on that your son is a priest. You know what I'm saying? Or you can say it another way to make it so they can know what you're saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the difference with the Hebrew. Hebrew is very, the way you saying it changes everything. You know what I'm saying? The way you say the word, you can say the same words, but you said it differently. Now it means something different.
Right.
The way you said it. Same way in English, like I said, my kicks. Just the way you say kicks in the sentence and what you're talking about, let me know what type of kicks you're talking about. You know, with us, it's second nature, but if we was, speaking Hebrew, it would be second nature also. We wouldn't be confused. We would know. I know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's saying his son is a priest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's give it another shot. Let's see. Let's say,
I'm gonna write what you want to say this time. Put it.
okay. Let's say, mm, let's say he cannot have my fruit.
My car.
Right.
Not have enough food.
Yeah, all right, let's see what you wrote here. Let's see. You got la'aya, which means no my fruit. That's people he would understand what you're saying. Not my fruit. Basically that's what you're saying. Not my fruit. Now if you want to say it even more because you're saying not my fruit, which he would understand. If you want to say he cannot have my fruit, because you said just
right.
this. You would have to still tell who you're talking about. You know what I mean? Not my fruit. You just want to say, like other people can, but he cannot have my fruit. You would say, he is Yah, so, he, I'm in a double saying. Par, you would put Yah at the end of par. Par, which is my fruit.
Damn.
He cannot have my fruit. He cannot my fruit. So this is what this is saying. He cannot my fruit. Or no he my fruit. Or he cannot have my fruit.
Yes, that keep.
Yeah. So all you had it right. You just had to double it because you're saying mine on both. He is Yah. Oh, hold up. This right here, this Yah needs to be in the front. That's why I was going on. Yah, la. Because this is a prefix. So this Yah to be he needs to be in the front of la. So he know my fruit. So he know my fruit, or he cannot my fruit. Now I think there's a word for eat, but I don't know that word. But I believe you can add in the word eat my fruit. So you can say he know eat my fruit. He know eat my fruit, because I believe there is a word for eat. Okay? So yeah, so that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's do one more and close it out. Catching on a little bit?
Yeah, I just gotta remember.
Yeah, these is in the beginning of
Yeah,
the word.
yeah.
These at the end of the word.
Of the root.
The root word. Yep. So la'ah is the root word. You say ya'la'ah, it means he know. He know. Like him, no. You know what I mean? The way you're saying it, ya'la'ah, him, no. That's what that basically brings it down to. But you know, if you speak all your life, you would know. That means him, he, no. And then you add my fruit, then they know. Or him, no, my fruit. Then we can't eat my fruit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yum. Y'all niggas.
yeah. Y'all can't eat my fruit. You know what I'm saying? So let's say my father remembers me.
So. Remember.
It's right there. It's a car. It's at the bottom on top of the eye.
I ain't even look.
Mm-hmm. Now, if there ain't no word for it, how would you say it without having to say me? Like I said on here, it says only officers on the podium. In the Hebrew, you would have to change it to only officers podium, which means this podium is only officers podium. You have to change the whole kind of sentence structure to how would you say my father remembers me, or what's a way you could try to say it? Let me let you know. Let me get it for you. Good shot though, real shit though. You was in that bitch though. You know what I'm saying? You got this part right. Abba Yah, which means my father, but you want to say, my father remembers I. My father remembers I. Zakar. Zakar, which means I remember. But here saying my father remembers I.
I'm gonna have to really study this shit.
This portion right here for sure.
Yeah, this is really what makes the language, you know what I'm saying? Besides just the words, just the regular words, these prefix substances make the language like make a sentence and stuff. Like you put together shit now, what you put here. You just gotta figure out the root words, and then you start seeing these parts, you can see what's being said, what's going on a little bit. You know what I mean? Like when we do our prayers, a lot of times you hear now a lot. Abanawa, you know, this now, you know what I'm saying? You're hearing these things, Shema Shemaya, that's our father. Abanawa is our father. Shema Shemaya, which pertaining to heaven. Shema Shemaya.
Yeah.
Shemaya is heaven.
Yeah.
So our Father, which are in heaven. You know what I mean? Which? Shah is which are in heaven. So here, you would say, my Father remembers I. My Father remember I. You know what I'm saying? He remembers me. So yeah. So that's the Hebrew, you know what I mean? Getting back to the old ways of speaking, you know what I'm saying? That's real old school. My Father remembers I. You know what I mean? That's how you would say it. You know what I mean? Or you could just, even if you was speaking it, you may even just say Abba Yazakar, which means my father remembers. And if you're already the topic of the sentence,
Right.
you know he's talking about he remembers you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's say you're dealing with something and you talk with your other brother or something, and you say, my father, he remembers. You know what I mean? But you already know you're talking about you.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't say that, you just say Abba Yazakar. My father remembers. You know what I mean? But you already know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So that's how, language is also like alive. You know what I mean? It's not, it's alive. Like when you speak it, it brings more to the words itself. You know what I mean? So with that, we're going to close it out. Let me, I think I left the prayers in the van. So let's close it out. Everybody go grab these prayers. You can set these chairs back facing the front. So in Hebrew, I'm going to just say chairs face front. You know what I'm saying? Or make chairs face front. All right, let's clap it up. ISUBK security announcements. We are the ISUBK, start at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 through 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. So, ma'ashara, Aishara means 10. Ma means which are pertaining to the 10. I believe, what's ma? Let me double check that. Ma meant pertaining to. So it basically means pertaining to 10, which means 10th. Let me double check. Since we learned Hebrew in here. Oh, ma means of or from. Of or from. So of or from 10 means 10th. So that's ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocations, I believe September 6th, we have a Holy Convocation. Aki and Akwati can check the website, ishbk.com, for more information. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black: boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. With that, Amajim Bupanya Hakudam, which means rise and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kawabath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawabath Nawa, Wala'ah, Tabayaya Nawa, Banasaya 1, Abol, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Wa'ala, Wa'ataparath, La'iwalamyum, La'iwalamyum, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Baba Koshai, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Lara Pa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Taza, Rai, Yum. Hamathium,
Hamathim,
Hakah,
Hakah,
Al-Rakawa,
Al-Raka'awah,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarsham,
Lagar Hashem,
Bahasham,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Tawada Amon.
Tawad Amen,
In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua.
please give us the power.
Please give us the
The power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahushua,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahushua?
Why Yahushua?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Maka Allah?
Why Allahaya?
Why Ayahaya?
Mataza Bi'ah. Mataza
Mataza
Baya'ah.
Baya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapyam.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Saranyam.
Ha Quatazayanyam.
Ha
Quatazayanyam.
Watazayam Yan.
Ha Kayalyam.
Ha Ka
Ya
Ya Yao
Yam.
Yom.
Waha Quathiam.
Wahakwafim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Amen.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Blessed be Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yahana.
Commander General Yahana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar. So we got time for it. Sar means turn. We're going to give a curse salute to your teacher. Men of Israel. Imam Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yazmatah. Sar means turn. We'll face the sisters watching online. Men of Israel. Imam Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar. Allah Hashem Yahushua. Yazmatah. Class dismissed.